Hello everyone, and welcome to the long-awaited Axel Ablaze manga and light novel collection video. It's been a long time coming, and that's partly because apparently I can't count. I've actually had over 500 volumes of manga and light novels for a while now. I just apparently miscounted. Probably should have ran an Excel spreadsheet or something, but that's kind of what happens when you just run a simple app on your phone, I guess. But, like I said, in today's video we will be finally going over my manga and light novel collection, as well as looking at the other collectibles and whatnot that I have gathered along the way. And approximately this entire collection is well over $10,000 in value, which is crazy to think about, because, I mean, manga, like, their base value is $10, get over 500 of them, and that adds up. And you add everything else in there, and yeah, it's definitely a $10,000 collection. So in this video, like I said, I'm going to be doing a tour of everything. I'm using my camera, and at the end of the video, I want you guys to tell me what your favorite part of the collection video was. But for now, let's get right on into it. So, we begin at the top of the collection, where I've got a lot of the Renegade Studios / Boom Studios Power Rangers board game collection. I have admittedly bought every Kickstarter that they have had, and have bought the top tier every time, so they look really cool on the shelves. The plastic figures are really awesome, just a lot of money spent on it there. At the very top, we've got the Persona 5 Special Edition box. Not the Royal Edition, the very first one. And I've got some of my favorite characters on the front there. We move on to the right-hand side, where we've got the box for my Complete Selection Modification Kamen Rider O's belt, which we'll get to in a moment, as well as the box for the Tamashii Lab Ankh arm, also from Kamen Rider O's. It's definitely my favorite Kamen Rider series, as you'll soon find out. And I've got the collection stuff for it. But yeah, love me some Kamen Rider, which you will definitely see more of in the future. And as you see my reflection there, we've got the shadow box for the $9.99 and 1,000 chapter issues of Shonen Jump of One Piece, which like I said, finally put in a shadow box. And I've got my Ace cosplay hat from like 2013 on top there. But yeah, really glad that I was able to get the shadow box for this so I could actually preserve it. Still intend on like actually filling the gaps at some point here. But yeah, just again, really glad that I was able to get this as part of my collection and getting to preserve it. Still working on the posters, but yes, love to see this here. And speaking of One Piece, we've got box sets 1 and 3 here. No, I do not have box set 2 yet. The only reason why I have these two over box set 2 is I actually got box set 1 up there at a half price books for literally half the price. Which these are normally like $180, which is it's still a really great value considering you get 23 or 24 volumes out of them. But in the box set 3, I was also able to get at a very discounted price. But box set 2 is always kind of just expensive, so I have not gotten it for my collection yet. I fully intend on doing it, just have not yet. And then moving along, we see a lot of the plushes in my collection. I have a lot. Whether I bought them or won them from Crane Games, I have a lot of plushes, and these are all ones that I have bought. My non-wall collection from Tasty Peach Studios. I have every single ice cream flavor of non-wall that has been made available because they're so freaking cute and I love them. Yeah, just they're great quality plushes. And then we also see my girlfriend's alpaca collection, or at least a part of it. One of the things that she loved doing, going to various conventions, was collecting alpacas, and these are a few of them right here. So yeah, moving right along into the actual like bookshelves part of the bookshelves. We start off over here where I've got one of my only issues of the Power Rangers comic series where they debuted the Dark Rangers, and behind it I've got Akira Volume 1, as well as Volumes 1 through 7 of Attack on Titan. Still working on building up that collection of Attack on Titan, but got a lot of manga to go through. We've also got Volumes 1 through 7 of Bakuman, Volumes 1 through 5 of Beastars, and I've got Volumes 8 through 12 of Beat the Vandal Buster. Dear Lord, these books were hard to get, but again, Half Price Books is an amazing place to get books, and that is where I got these in Volume 12, which is on the other side of the shelf. But on top here, we've also got some of the Kamen Rider Wonder Ride books from the latest series, Kamen Rider Saber, which you will see more of as we move to the right here, where we've got my Kamen Rider kind of dedicated display shelf, where we've got more of the Kamen Rider O's complete selection modification stuff. I've got the belt over there. The box has all the medals. The Kogami Foundation folder here has a lot of official art from the series, and I love it. And then two of my other favorite belts. We've got my Kamen Rider Double belt, which is the first Kamen Rider series I ever watched. And then the Kamen Rider Saber belt itself, with the various blade pieces there. And then the card for the Ankh arm, which is displayed over to the right here, where I've got it gripping my single volume of Berserk Deluxe, which I'm also working on getting more of. But yeah, when the deluxe editions are $50 new, it can be a little hard. Behind the Super Saiyan God Goku, Vegeta, and then Super Saiyan Broly, all of which were Crane Game wins. If you have not kept up with my Twitter posts or whatnot, I am very good at Crane Games, whether it's for figures or for plushes. But behind these guys, we've got volumes 1 through, let's see here, 18 of Blackbird, which is my girlfriend's collection. And then we start off with some of the Black Clover volumes that I have as well, which we go over here for. Hiding behind Little Batman, we've got up to volume 11 of Black Clover. We've got Blackjack volume 1 by Osamu Tezuka, as well as one of the books from Dark Horse Comics for Blade of the Immortal. And then we've got a lot of Bleach. I have up to 28 volumes of Bleach. This is another one where, like, I already had quite a few volumes of Bleach, so I never got the box sets, but I still would love to get all of Bleach one day. It's just a lot, like a lot of the long-running manga series are. I've got volumes 1 through 10 of Buso Rankin, but not volume 9. Because this is another set that I got from Half Price Books, but yeah, whoever donated them just did not have volume 9 of Buso Rankin, so I don't have it. Speaking of things I don't have, after skipping over the single volume of Cells at Work, I have volumes 1 through 4 of Chainsaw Man, but not volume 3, because volume 3 is still on back order at this time, which is very unfortunate. I ordered it at the same time I ordered volume 2, but volume 2 restocked faster, so I'm still waiting on it. I'm patiently, not so patiently waiting for it. After Chainsaw Man, we've got volumes 1 through 18 of D.gray Man, as well as volumes 1 through 11 of D and Angel, both of which are series, again, that I amazingly got through Half Price Books, which, again, you save a lot of money by buying books secondhand, which I am more than happy to do to round out my collection. We've also got volumes 1 through 7 of Dorohedoro. We've got the Dragon Ball Isekai of that time I got reincarnated as Yamcha back there, as well as volumes 1 through 5 of Dragon Drive. The other 2 volumes are down below. And then I also have another one of my Kamen Rider belts here, the one for Kamen Rider Build, as well as a lot of the full bottles that go with it. By the way, if you guys ever want to see a video where I actually play and demonstrate the various Kamen Rider belts that I have, by all means, leave a comment and let me know. But we move further down here, as we get to the other 2 volumes of Dragon Drive that I mentioned, we've got 3 of the volumes of the Yellow Scarves arc for Durarara. Got volumes 1 through 10 of Dr. Stone, 1 through 7 of Eden Zero, a single volume of Erased, and then I've got, let's see here, I've got 8 volumes of Eyeshield 21, but the important thing to note here is that after volume 7, I have volume 15, because, again, when you come across used books, you get what you get what you can get your hands on sometimes, and you will see another example of that later on down the bookshelves. But yet again, we have another 2 of my Kamen Rider belts here. We've got the one for Kamen Rider X-Aid, just a basic belt, with the one Gashat from Mighty Action X, and then the Kamen Rider Drive belt. Another series that I think is entirely underrated, but it is what it is. At least it's not Wizard, I'll say that much. We move right along here. So we've got Pikachu dressed up as Mega Gallade, one of my favorite Pokemon in the entire series here. And hiding behind him, we've got volumes 1 through 15 of Fire Force. The only thing I regret when it comes to Fire Force is the fact that the volumes are just so basic. Don't get me wrong, the white and red is very striking, but not having a picture or anything just makes the sides of the volumes really boring. We've got 1 through 10 of the Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal Edition hardcover manga volumes. I love these books, and if you haven't seen the short of my unique volume 1, I definitely recommend checking that out. Got volume 1 of the 3-in-1 of Fushigi Yugi. We've got the Gang Fluid Justice light novel by Seth the Sin. More than happy to help support fellow content creators, and I was more than happy to get this book. Still waiting to read it, because I've got a massive backlog of things to read. But behind the milk crate carrying Goku, we have volumes 1 through 3 of Dot Hack, Legend of the Twilight, volumes 1 through 8 of Haikyuu, volumes 1 through 4 of Hell's Paradise. Super excited to get more of these books since they are freaking gorgeous. Volumes 1 through 8 of Hunter x Hunter. And then behind Wild Tiger from Tiger and Bunny, we also have the first volume of the Id Invaded sequel manga series, which I didn't even realize we got that in the West, but apparently we did. And I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. And then, as well as these guys on the shelf here, we've got my stuffed Rowlet, one of my favorite starter Pokemon, and yet another Kamen Rider belt. And just looking around, this is the last one in my collection. We got the Kamen Rider Ghost belt and 2 of the icons there. And we move on down one more row on the bookshelf here to show off my Dungeons and Dragons collection. I've got a lot of the I've got a lot of the 5th edition books to the left there, as well as a lot of 2nd edition stuff that I actually got from my uncle several years ago. I've got a lot of the different scenarios and whatnot from 2nd edition, and I've got a few more of my Funko Pops down there. We've got my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure collection with my Jotaro Kujo figure, my Josuke figure, and then Kishibe Rohan goes to the Louvre, special there. So I've got all of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure up to volume 6 of Diamond is Unbreakable. We've got volumes 0 through 4 of Jujutsu Kaisen, which is another manga that is incredibly hard to get your hands on right now. It is, I mean, it really is just absolutely insane. And then we've got the large collection of Junji Ito books, a few of them down here and 2 more up top. My girlfriend and I love the Junji Ito collection, so we get our hands on every single book that we can, and I love the fact that Viz Media keeps printing them in hardcover editions, because that's just great, and they hold up better. So, moving right along here, we go over to the 2nd bookshelf. where we've got 2 of the art books that we've got in our collection. We've got the Art of Junji Ito Twisted Visions art book there, and then the Tokyo Ghoul re-illustrations book as well. The art in Tokyo Ghoul is just absolutely fantastic, and you should definitely read the manga and not watch the anime. So, just saying. We've got a few of the, let's see here, what was it? The Kirby figures from Bandai Japan. And I know I'm saying it wrong, but like these were part of a special set that you could get, and I love Kirby, and these figures were just too adorable not to get. We've got, behind Pudding here, we've got the first volume of Kikaider 02, which I never realized that we had this book come to the West. I mean, tokusatsu stuff in the West is hard to get as it is, so it's crazy that we got it. Got volume 1 of Konosuba, volume 1 of Log Horizon, volumes 1 and 2 of Magi, and then we start the Maid-sama collection that goes down here. I've got the 2-in-1 editions up to the 9 and 10 book. Still need to complete it. Maid-sama is one of my favorite rom-coms of all time, so yeah, really need to finish out that collection. Behind the My Hero Academia figures that I've got here, I've got volumes 1 through 11 of Mare, though I am missing volume 9 for whatever reason. That was just the hardest book to find used at half-price books. Got the volumes 1 through 3 of Mitamo Kiss, Monster Girl Doctor volume 1, Mushoku Tensei, the light novel, volume 1, and then you start the My Hero Academia collection. I've got volumes 1 through 15, and then you go down even further below, and I've got volumes 1 through 5 of the My Hero Academia Vigilantes novels right behind Sabo and Aesir, 2 more figures that I won through Crane Games, which I should mention, Shoto and Endeavor, as well as Pudding, are all figures that I've won through Crane Games, and I've got a few more that I'll be showing off before the end here. Past My Hero Academia Vigilantes, we've got volumes 1 through 3 of My Next Life is Villainous, All Routes Lead to Doom, one of my favorite series from last year. We've got the volume of Neo Parasite, volume 1 of No Gun's Life, volumes 1 through 3 of Neuro Rise of the Yokai Clan, one of the series in my manga challenge that I still need to read through. Manga decks being down has definitely hurt. Got the volume of Oh My Sweet Alien, volumes 1 through 8 of One Punch Man, and then volumes 1 through 9 of Overlord, the light novel books, behind Cowboy Luffy. Yet again, another figure that I won through a Crane game. As we move down to yet another one down here, which is Musketeer Reiju, one of my favorite figures in my collection. Behind Overlord Volume 9, we've got the first 2 volumes of Penguin Drum. We've got volumes 1 through 11 of Platinum End, which, despite just being a not that great series, it started out good and then just kind of fell off toward the end there. The art on these is fantastic, and all of these volumes are holographic, which is really cool to have in your collection, so definitely recommend it for more or less that reason only. Got volumes 1 through 5 of Princess Jellyfish, and then behind Frankie here we've got my start of my collection of Rave Master, which is another series that I've had to buy pretty much used, and it can be very hard to get volumes of Rave Master considering that they were published by Tokyo Pop and had various iterations of the Tokyo Pop logo on top. After Rave Master, we've got volumes 1 through 8, more or less, of Reborn, which, yes, it did get released in the West. To my knowledge, they only released up to 20 volumes, though, so you can't get the entire series in English, which is a problem I have with another series towards the bottom of my bookshelves, but I digress. Behind Naruto and Goku fighting it out here, we've got volumes 1 through 5 of Saber Marionette J, the first volume of Saint Young Men in hardcover. Got volumes 4, 11, and 12 of Sergeant Frog. Shout out to Roger Space for being one of the only other people on YouTube that I know that more or less still remembers this series. And then I would argue my favorite part of my collection, starting behind Goku here, is my complete collection of the English release of the first run of Shaman King. This took about a year and a half to actually get all of the volumes, whether they were new or old. I got incredibly lucky finding a comic book shop website that actually had the last 10 or so volumes still new, because getting them second hand is incredibly expensive, so I do not recommend that. And I'll be honest, I really don't like Kodansha's print of the new books, because I really wish they would have been hardcover. Having such big books be paperback is not great, just saying. After Shaman King, we've got the first volume of Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle, another one of my favorite series from last year. It is a fantastic comedy. And then we've got volumes 1 through 13 of Soul Eater. This is a series that I was tempted to get the hardcover books, but I really do like the look of the original paperback, so I do plan on continuing to get them. Behind my Dark Aqua Funko and my little Godzilla chibi figure that I've got. Got volume 1 through 4 of Spy Family. I'm really glad that we're getting these in the West as soon as we are. Got the hardcover Super Sentai Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger book that got printed by 7 Seas Entertainment. Really happy that they made this, especially with Ranger Reject being as popular as it is right now in the West. Got volumes 2 through 8 of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, another grab that I got from Half Price Books that just did not have volume 1. Got volumes 1 through 5 of The Ancient Magus Bride, as well as volumes 1 through 2 of Ancient Magus Bride Wizard's Blue, which is like the little side story featuring more or less gender swap versions of the characters, kind of. Human boy and a female creature lady. So, very excited to read that. All hiding behind my one piece of Super Sentai merch that I've got, my Mobirates from Gokaiger, as well as my White Ranger Funko Pop. Got volumes 1 through 3 of The Earl and the Fairy, 1 through 5 of The Promised Neverland, and then I've got the complete run of the original Tokyo Ghoul series, 1 through 14 down there. Behind my figures of Hermione and Harry, I've got volumes 1 through 4 of Tokyo Mew. I've got volumes 1 through 3 of Ultimo, the volume of Utsubora, a few of my mismatched Yu-Gi-Oh! Volumes. I wasn't really collecting Yu-Gi-Oh! For collecting the books at the time. Like anybody that used to play the card game, there were certain volumes that had really good cards that you would want, and yeah, that's why I've got the ones that I do. Got volumes 1 and 2 of Yu Yu Hakusho, volumes 1 and 2 of volumes 1 and 3 of Zatch Bell. And like I mentioned before, this is another series that was never completed in English, so that really sucks. Yeah, I will eventually try and complete the series, but yeah, I'll have to finish it in Japanese. And then behind Card Captor Sakura, I've got my girlfriend's collection of Boys Love manga at the end, because everyone knows that Boys Love goes in the... And down below the manga collection, I've got some of my various comic book collection stuff. So I've got 2 of the Boom Studios deluxe editions of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series. Got 1 of the Adventure Time comic hardcovers, Candy Capers. Got volume 2 of the Invader Zim deluxe, as well as Lock and Key. I've got several of the various different Simpsons comics, as well as the Simpsons and Futurama crossover hardcover comic book. Got The Amazing, Fantastic, Incredible by Stan Lee. Some DC stuff. Volume 2 of the Heroes hardcover. And then some of the more traditional comic strip books. I'm a very big fan of The Far Side and Pearls Before Swine, so I've got several of those books, as well as some of more of my Funko Pop collection down there. Moving over to the right, I've got several old editions of Shonen Jump, the oldest being the July 2003 copy of Shonen Jump, all the way up to the March 2012 edition of Shonen Jump. I got a few of my various nerdy cookbooks, hardcover books over here, and then you start moving over into some of the hardcover Western books and whatnot that I've got. And down here I've also got hiding my White Ranger Saba sword down here. I need to figure out a better place to put it, so I just kind of put it down here for now. But yeah, White Ranger Saba sword. And then you move farther down, like I said, you've got the different hardcover books down here. You got more of the hardcover books down here, as well as some of the crocheted Oshawott plushies that my friend Akuni made me. I absolutely love Oshawott. He's another one of my favorite starters of all time. My one Wizard World special edition Invisible Peter Petrelli action figure. That's really weird to say invisible action figure, but that's what it is. And then, yeah, some just more various books and whatnot there. But yeah, that about completes my collection. So that wraps up things for this video. For anyone that's stuck around this far, I really hope that you guys enjoyed viewing the tour of my $10,000 collection. If you like this video and you want to see more things like this, if you want to see me talking about my Kamen Rider collection, my board game collection, or maybe even my Amiibo collection, which is also incredibly expensive at this point, let me know down in the comments, as well as in the comment section. Let me know what your favorite part of my collection was in this tour. Special thanks to everyone that has subscribed up to this point, and if you're in this far in the video and you haven't subscribed yet, it would be amazing if you did subscribe. Otherwise, the best way that you can help out this channel, if you haven't done so already, please check out some of the other videos that I have on this channel. I've got 2 videos links that will be at the end of the video, one for my most recent one and one that is kind of tailor-made to the viewer experience. But otherwise for now, like I said, thank you guys for being here. Sorry it took so long for me to eventually get to this video. Like I said, apparently I lost track of, over 500 series of manga. Not 500 series, 500 volumes of manga. And like I said, I probably should get an Excel spreadsheet at this point. Working on it. But yeah, I digress. For now, I'm Axel Blaze, and don't expect the 1,000 manga video anytime soon. I got some more expenses I need to work out, and as you can see, 2 bookshelves is already hard enough to contain 500 volumes of manga. But I'll get to 1,000 manga volumes eventually. Until now, bye-bye everybody.